Hello, and welcome to a short little Goblets and Gaze pre-roll before you get into the episode. We recently found out we were nominated for the second Golden TTRPG Gifts Award.
Which is absolutely wild to all of us, and we are just so very blown away. So we wanted to take a second to thank everyone for their support and the nomination, because y'all are just so great.
Yes. Honestly, it is 5-6 hours later, and my brain's still like kind of just like reminder, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. And then I remember, and then I just spend 5 minutes going, oh.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot, honestly, in like a good way. I had to like pause my routine to be like, hold on, I need to tell everyone I know.
Yep.
As you can see, if you open the little Google spreadsheet, we were nominated for their new category, the podcast that rolls like family. And obviously for our themes of, close-knit families that would never betray you at any point in time ever, Aubrey.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But we would be really honored if you would consider taking the time to cast your vote for us. Not to be like PBS, but we got here from listeners like you.
Hey.
Yeah. And thank you so much for your support. And make sure to make that you're checking out all the other amazing nominees, because I'm definitely going to have to check out some of those myself.
Yes. There are a lot of really great shows that are nominated. But yeah, there's also a few of them that are just like, I remember that moment. There's some great moments in there.
Connie got nominated for Evil as GM.
I saw that.
Please.
Accurate.
Yes, please vote for Connie as Evil as GM.
Vote for Connie as Evil as GM.
Let them have that. They deserve it.
Evil GM, and affectionate.
Possibly. Yes.
And yeah, go check out all of the other nominees, and congrats to everyone that was nominated.
But remember, you gotta vote for us, and also eat your vegetables to grow up big and strong, so you can click the vote for us button.
Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Goblets and Gaze. You may notice by looking at our episode description that this is not Blood of Kings. Welcome to the world of Monster Care Squad. This is a couple sponsored games from Sandy Pug Games to help us close out the year in with something a little bit fun, and maybe less angst-ridden than where Blood of Kings is right now. Yeah, there are things going on. So I hope you enjoy this minor distraction from. We will be back in a few weeks with Kings. I am Aubrey. As always, I am your she, her pronouns, and I'll turn it over to our cozy little cast tonight. Tell you who they're playing and who they're playing. Yeah, we'll start with you, Aki.
Hello, I'm Aki. My pronouns are she, her, and for tonight, I will be playing. Oh God, what is her whole title? 1 second, because I liked the title. Hyzia Jin, the Wizard of Monsters. That's right. You may also call her Dr. Hyzia Jin. That one's for you, Mom. You won't listen to this, but don't worry. It's happening in spirit. I'm a doctor now.
It counts.
It counts.
Alyssa, you're up next.
Hi, y'all. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Letty, who uses she, they pronouns. Letty is a new graduate and a knitting whiz.
And last but not least, we have Dusty.
Hello, my name's Dusty. I use he, they pronouns. I'm going to be playing Zygo Esperanza, animated / living skeleton that was once a mariachi and is now a monster spotter and very good at communicating via song and trumpets and whistling.
I cannot wait for you to assail us with all of this music that you have obviously prepared for us.
Oh gosh, I do have. They carry a trumpet. I have a ukulele, but there's also that. Also, they make the best coffee in the world. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. And yes, before we get to our adventure, you should all definitely go check out Monster Care Squad at from Sandy Pug Games. It's a fun little, almost Ghibli-esque adventure. Well, you'll learn a little bit more tonight, but less of hunting monsters and more of caring for them, like veterinarians, monster veterinarians. So yeah, we open our little adventure in a house. It's very cozy. All sorts of decorations around. And the first thing you all probably notice is the house is moving. You can see out the windows as trees and clouds are moving past it. And we have our cast setting up to do whatever they do in the morning. You are all on your way to Petris-Mal, a small town in the mountains where this house that you all reside in likes to spend its winters, simply because of a specific festival that comes around where children adorn the with wreaths and lanterns and all sorts of things, and it really loves this festival, so it's taking you all back there as a treat. So, what are you all getting up to now? It's probably early morning.
I think definitely Zygo. By the way, Zygo uses any and all pronoun. I forgot to say that earlier. But Zygo, I mean, is waking everyone up with some. Well, they're waking everyone up because they're probably singing off key, but also making coffee for everyone to make up for it. And so they're sitting with their cup of coffee, probably maybe at a window watching the like the view go by as they're moving.
This house is surprisingly agile.
Goes zoom.
It goes zoom.
Hyzia is definitely waking up, and their bedroom in the Poca Poca is very messy. And it's more so like an episode of Hoarders where there's just too many things in this room, and they totally opted for like the smaller room so that way the bigger rooms can go to their other companions or to more important things like an office or lab for patients that probably will never be able to fit into this house.
Yep.
So,
Most of them are about as big as the house.
oh yeah, exactly. So like, just just it's like it's there just in case,
Just in case. Just in case there's a smaller monster that comes in.
Exactly, exactly. And speaking of small monsters, Muffins is here. The the best reoccurring character.
Best recurring character.
That's right. Muffins in every universe.
Yep.
Muffins verse.
Good.
But yes, Muffins is here. She's technically a dog, just a regular dog, but dogs are weirder in this setting. They can look like whatever. So I decided because I'm playing Brilliant Diamond right now. Ahaha. I decided to make Muffins look like Pokemon, specifically the new variants of Growlithe and Zorua, but like with a black coat, like a black and red coat. Muffin, she'll be somewhere in between there. Maybe she got a cap on her head and everything else is rather ghosty. Who knows? But Muffins definitely. If I wasn't awake before, Muffins is what wakes me up now by using tackle to me directly in my bed.
Super effective.
Incredibly so, yes. My bed frame is totally like it's broken. It's probably been fixed by like duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just unfortunate. But I'm up. I have bedhead. Hyzia kind of just looks like Howl with black hair, like from Howl's Moving Castle. She definitely has like lots of dangly teardrop earrings and ridiculously patterned and brightly colored coats, so she'll throw one of those on. But other than that, we got bunny slippers. We got poofy, messy bed hair. We got trying to carry a very large dog out of the room that doesn't have any floor space. And I am yearning for the world's best coffee.
Yeah, and that leaves Letty, who I think rather than sleeping in her had sort of just fallen asleep on the couch under a pile of like just crocheted blankets, and she sort of perks her head out of this blanket nest at the smell of coffee and probably the distant sound of Hyzia getting jumped by their dog.
Yeah, there's probably some large, like, creaking or snapping noise.
And she will sleepily make her way over to the kitchen.
I think you see Zygo like sitting at one of the open windows, passing by, and then you just hear him saying, "Well, buenos. I'm glad you're finally awake. Look, it's only 5:45. Yeah, you look, the sun's out. That means it's time to wake up, yes?"
Oh, that's quite early, yes. Breakfast? Would anybody like breakfast?
Please.
Zygo says yes as they drink coffee, as it pours right through them.
You just have a bucket underneath to catch the coffee.
It's actually in the rib cage.
Yeah.
Where does it go after?
They use it for fertilizer, probably. I don't know.
Dusty, does that mean your butt is like a...
They're a skeleton.
They're a whole... Then it wouldn't go anywhere. It would go to the floor, and it would ruin your pants.
That's what I'm saying. They have a bucket in their rib cage that's catching all the coffee.
No! My God! Oh no! Oh no!
So you just watch the skeleton drink the coffee, and you just hear the sound of water hitting a bucket.
Yeah, it's like kind of dampened because Zygo's still wearing all their clothes. I think y'all were very confused by it the first time you met Zygo, but y'all are probably used to it at this point. The coffee makes up for it. Coffee makes up for a lot, probably.
Yeah, we've definitely been roommates for a while. At the very least, we are roommates.
What other sins is Zygo committing that they need this coffee to make up for?
We'll find out.
Okay, so I think I'll go to the kitchen, and I really am picturing the inside of the house very Howl's Moving Castle.
That's very much what I'm seeing. I'm picturing it too.
Yeah, so I head over to the magically lit fire that Pookie does, and we'll take out one of the pots or pans, really, that's like hanging on the side. We'll go into our fridge because I refuse to live in an era where there is not a working fridge. And
it's a magic fridge.
It's a magic fridge, exactly. There's an ice monster in there, just chilling. One of the ones that we've healed.
Yeah, no, it's just it gives you a wave and like hands you whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, just like eggs, probably bacon for us. I don't know. Is anybody here like a vegetarian or vegan? Did anyone make their characters such?
Nope.
All right, so then we just go with the classic stuff, and then the little monster in there will get a polite pet on the head or something like that. Pet. Let them go back to work. Let them go back to sleep. I don't know. And I'll start making everyone breakfast. All the discarded eggs and stuff, though, I feel like I can still toss them in the fire and it just gets recycled because I think Pookie needs to eat.
Yeah.
And I feel like this works. And as for Muffins, to deter Muffins from all of Zygo, who is all bones, because Muffin's still a dog, I'm pretty sure somewhere we have treats.
Yes.
We have food, we have kibble, or just straight up meats, like whatever, like I cut something, like I go toss it to the Muffy babe, and we feed them, so that way they do not feed on Zygo.
Yep. First time Zygo took a nap on the couch, woke up missing a leg bone.
However, Muffins was very happy.
Don't keep it.
There's actually, yeah, you know what? That's perfect. Let them keep it, and actually, just part of the leg is like part now.
You wear
Yep.
you wear long pants now ever since. Your beach body isn't what it used to be. I'm sorry.
At least you don't sunburn.
Well,
And when the breakfast is done, I start sliding it over, plates over to everybody. Zygo will also get one because I don't want her to feel left out, but but I also know where it's gonna go. I'm
Into the
sorry.
bucket.
It's in the bucket.
Saigo's just a human compost machine.
This is how, yeah, maybe after we take everything that's in your bucket and we just feed it to Pookie, who's okay with this. Maybe that's what happens.
You're a
And
skeleton. You
Pookie,
don't have saliva or anything.
yeah, it's just in a bucket.
Yeah.
And Pookie's a house.
Yep.
Oh lord.
Monster Care Squad.
I love it so much.
Yep. But yes, Pookie is a monster that you healed a while ago, and as thanks has been sort of like acting as your like, base of operations, taking you where you need to go. Because honestly, all that Pookie wants is just to have people live, take care of people. That's all they want to do.
Do we need to clean inside Pookie?
Mm, no, actually, I don't think so. I think like the weird magic house does it all itself.
Well, regardless if this place has been cleaned or not, I give the tape not the table, the counter, there you go, like a little pat or
Mhm.
like rub, whatever. It seems normal. And just go, the house is looking lovely as usual, Pookie. And then I go take my seat and then I look at my plate and go, okay. Where are we going though?
That's a very good question. Where are we going, actually?
I was like, you all know you're headed up to Petris-Mal. It is it's far in the north, at the end of the Old King's Path, and it's a quaint little townlet, uh, you know, known for its log cabin architecture and the iridescent pink and gold crystals that sprout from the earth.
Ooh.
Also, sometimes known as the Northern Crystal Grotto. Yes, you all know that Pookie is initially from Petra. They were probably wandering a little bit when you found them. That every year, during the winter, children will decorate Pookie with paper lanterns, and wreaths of various like garlands and holly and stuff. And Pookie absolutely loves it.
Aw.
As well.
Well, we should probably be reaching soon, but is there anything anybody would like to do on our stop? Like I could definitely use some more supplies. Our last encounter with a large fellow, what was they're called like a capri eye. The the rams with the large eyes. The our last
Mhm.
encounter with one of those really took out a big chunk of my stock.
Yeah, took a big chunk of my jacket.
That's why I told you to button up. You should really, I keep all of my coats away when it
Mhm.
comes to work, so that way I wouldn't have to worry about hair and slime and holes
But
Yes.
and growths.
but if I keep it unbuttoned, it's better to listen to the music of the place. That way I could call the animals better.
Yes, life has over the last like year or so has changed for all of you quite a bit with the emergence of the false gold, sort of a sickness that seems to affect monsters and cause sort of break down the amicable nature that they had, because a lot of monsters are there to protect towns and or like other areas. They sort of act as guardians of nature and things like that. For the longest time, the world has lived in harmony with the monsters. But about a couple of years ago, this sort of disease came across, and it's all changed, and you are all sort of brought together by circumstance to maybe one day cure the false gold, but for now, help the monsters that are afflicted by it.
All right, so we're shopping for more supplies, more medicine, more yarn, more clothes. Is there anything else? Letty, maybe?
Well, I mean, I've never been to this festival before. I just sort of want to look around, not in a practical way. I mean, obviously we have to do our jobs too, but
Yeah, I've heard. Well, it may be too cold over here. There, back home, we used to do a thing called bobbing for crab apples. That involved a lot of water. It's really cold. Not that I get cold often anymore, but
you still feel it in your teeth when you.
I try to ignore that.
That is that's a little that's a little disturbing. Do you still feel it? Like for
I,
real? Do you if you broke a bone, would you feel it?
yes, I rolled to see if I would feel stuff. A high roll would mean no. I rolled a 1, so I definitely feel it.
I was gonna say that's as the kids say bonkers, but okay.
I'm a living skeleton. You don't really see things like this very often, so of course things are weird.
Aubrey, is there anything else that we would know gets done in or rather would be done during the festival in Petris-Mal?
Generally, there is it's the winter solstice festival, so beginning of winter near the end of the year, and you do know at the end of the night that there's some like magical like light shows where people use the crystals to sort of put on these like almost shadow puppet shows, and they're very very loud. I enjoy those.
Okay. Then with that, Isaiah would just go, "Oh, there are these crystal light shows that they do. Most it's interesting actually. They're very nice and they're very pretty. I don't know if any of you have ever seen one before, but I'm sure.
Oh, I think one of my cohort was from around here and they mentioned that. I'd love to see it though. Definitely.
It sounds very, very lovely. I've never seen it before, so nice sight.
I think that Letty is going to go over to a wall and put their hand on and say, "Is there anything specific that you wanted to do, Pookie?"
You just get the feel. Pookie just wants to be at the festival and cannot wait to be decorated with lanterns and wreaths and things.
Oh, we should get things to decorate the inside too. Do the kids usually come in or is it just outside?
You get the feeling it sometimes is inside as well. Usually it's just outside, but it depends if there is someone like actively living there, because they don't want to like just destroy someone's privacy.
I was about to say, I don't know if I'll let people inside my house. But outside, they are free to decorate as much as they'd like.
Mhm.
I might even stand for supervision just in case. But inside, no. We have delicates inside. We have a monster in our fridge. I would hate to lose them because they're so tiny, and it's winter, which means they will blend right in with the snow.
And they just do so good at keeping all your food cold.
Exactly, and they're so friendly too. Oh my god, you know what's a winter thing that people do? It's more like a Montreal thing, but like you take snow, you play it out, and then you take syrup, like maple syrup, and then you pour it over the snow, and then with a stick you roll it up, and that's a treat that you can
Mm.
have. It's and the syrup is like really really sweet too, so it's like a you get a little bit, but it tastes like a lot because of how sweet it is. And if it's cold out, they last long too. So I can imagine that being done here. And if so, oh my god, is Is Zygo gonna have
So you all have this conversation about things to do at the Winter Festival and all of that, and take a few hours to get yourselves ready. And Kazuki will let you know when you're like getting close. And it's probably closer to like late morning, like probably be like 10:30, 11. When you do actually you've been told that you will be arriving soon, and sort of out the windows you'll see the town come into focus with all of the really cute like log cabins, and between the log cabins like where you do there are some trees, but instead of like cultivating bushes, people are cultivating crystals.
Ooh.
Cultivating crystals and all the other things, and the city is alight with people. There are people running around everywhere, and you sort of watch as like there's a dedicated space in the middle of the city left open for Pookie, and sort of like in the middle of like the little main square. So you watch as like this house with its like little arms, not little but little to it, is quite big, and legs sort of just like moves around everybody, and everyone is very, very excited to see Pookie back. And as they settle sort of in the center, they get down, and you sort of watch as it sort of like folds its arms and legs into itself. And if anybody didn't know a giant house just sat down there, they would just think it's a house.
Are there other Poca Pocas there? Or is Pookie?
Not just Pookie.
Pookie's a celebrity.
Yes, Pookie's famous.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely dressed for winter weather. I've got my fancy, very elaborate cloaks and coats on. My layers are up. I have a thick scarf, and then on Muffins, I put a scarf around them, earmuffs, and then a backpack, a small backpack. Yes.
I love them.
And I'm ready to go. I'll wait for everybody else, but I think I would take a step out just to make sure Pookie is all right, and also notify people that there is someone living in this house, so please don't come in.
Yeah. Well, Pookie wouldn't let them inside.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You literally have a smart house.
Better than a lot.
So much better than Alexa.
Oh my god, are you telling me that Pookie can play Despacito when I ask?
Yeah, this is true. You just yell at Pookie, but really it's just like Zygo in another room.
First time you're like, Pookie, play Despacito, and then off in a distant room, guitar.
But Zygo has never admitted that's actually.
Oh my god, yeah.
They're
I just
you-
think it's Pookie.
But you never see Zygo whenever you ask Pookie to play Despacito. They're never around. So yes, you all exit the house, and the town is teeming with people. There is all sorts of things going on. There's a frozen lake nearby that people are ice skating on. There are all sorts of people around decorating trees, crystals, and lanterns. All sorts of stations set up with that. There looks to be people telling stories, all sorts of food and drink, and some people exchanging some kinds of gifts.
Oh, well, with the gift giving in mind, now I have more things to add to my list of things to buy. But I think I would first I want to sightsee, but I would aim for the markets. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
whatever's along the way, I'm definitely taking the time to appreciate, but not necessarily detoured from the markets.
Yeah. It's like a bit of a regular market and like a winter market. There are all sorts of people selling their homemade goods. There are all sorts of people like all sorts of knitting, and people who like carve wood, things like that. Along with all sorts of smells of very good food. So what are you looking for in the market?
I think like I said, just simple like herbs and stuff, restocking that way. probably stationary. I probably go through that like anything. And now I am also looking for presents, as I see gift giving is a thing, and I'm like, oh, well, I have to get my roommates plus Pookie plus Muffins plus the ice monster in the fridge a present. Because I'd be a monster if I did. Oh no.
No.
Oh no, I can't use that. I can't say that. I would be a bad person if I did. So I think like for Pookie, I would look for also like decorations, but maybe something that you can put like on our table on the inside. Just one of those miscellaneous things, but maybe something that to Pookie's taste. I've lived inside of them. That's a weird thing to say.
I was trying to avoid saying that earlier, and I was like, that just sounds weird.
It sounds very weird. Okay, I've lived in Pookie for a while now, so I feel like I would know what their decor tastes are, and I would try to match it. As
Like
for
50% cottagecore witch, 15% or 50% like lumberjack.
oh, are you? Is Pookie like a bear? I'm asking if Poofy's a buff gay man. Yes, I know Pookie's a house,
Possibly.
but I mean, like out of all the other Pokepokas, with Pookie a little fruity.
Oh my god.
This is Goblets and Gays. I'm allowed to ask this.
Aki, could you please roll for fruity?
What stat is fruity? Is it? Oh God, I hope it's not force. Is acuity? I don't know. No, alert.
Acuity. Let's say acuity.
Acuity. Okay, real quick. What do I roll again?
I think it's 2d6.
Is it 2d6? Oh, that's really bad. Do I tell you the highest dice or the total number?
I think it's the total number.
Total number? Okay, 7 plus my acuity 8.
Yeah, you'd say, they have a certain taste. And yet again, it goes between cottagecore witch and lumberjack. The couch is plaid, and you're not really sure why.
Alyssa in chat said they are lesbian.
Yep.
But you know what? Can I really question Pookie if I decided to dress like Howl? No, I can't. That man chose pink and purple diamond patternings. On all accounts, that is quite fruity. So, I will definitely get something like that. For Zygo, I want to get a kazoo, but like made out of crystal.
Yes.
For Letty, I don't know why this is the thing that I can only think of right now, even though I know they would probably appreciate things on like the knitting categories of stuff. Maybe like knitting needles that are also made out of crystal would be way nicer. But my head keeps saying, those pens where there's a little fuzzy thing on top.
Maybe I will also love that.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I'll just get them both. And the fuzzy thing on top can be another monster, Like maybe there's a tiny Poka on top. So you have so Letty has a pen of Pookie. That would be really cute. I want one too. But yeah, okay, there's that. I got 3 gifts. Muffins needs one. So if there's like I don't know, when you go to like specific stalls and they're like meats, we sell meats, and on the side they're like, and here's a whole bone from the animal for your dogs. I'll probably just grab a couple of those so Muffins has some really big bones to chew on for a while, and once again save Zygo's legs.
Yeah.
And
They only have 2.
lastly, that's true. That is true.
And one has already been taken.
Wait, the whole leg or just a?
It was probably the.
I was gonna say, are you missing a femur?
Yeah, so like they did have to replace it because that is like a whole important part of the leg. But it's okay.
And needed to walk.
That too.
That's true, that's true, that's true. And then lastly, I need a small gift for the little ice cube monster, whom I've decided to name David.
David.
Yes.
It's a good name.
I will make a note of this.
No idea why, but David seems like that's a thing. And David's just a little ice man in the fridge. And I don't know what a little ice man would like.
Poor Tinkerbell.
Yeah. I was gonna make an X-Men joke, but then I was like, fuck, I actually don't know anything about Iceman.
I don't know what he would like. Maybe he'd like what if, hear me out. What
Mhm.
if I get one of those like a birdhouse and I put it in so that way the Iceman has a little house in our house, in our fridge.
Houseception. You have to go deeper.
I have to. We go get a house, and
Mhm.
the house is definitely styled after Pookie, right? Right.
Yes.
But it's meant for birds, so that means it's big enough for our little Iceman David in the fridge. And I see this, and I have an epiphany on the spot, and I know I have to get it, and that's what I get. Our little Iceman's gonna have a little ice house, even though it's not made out of ice, but it's still a house.
Is that gifts for everyone or?
No, I think I got everyone. I think I got everyone
Mhm.
who is currently actively living in our house, excluding myself.
Mhm. So while this is going on, does anyone have?
I think Zygo would at first kind of they would maybe go around and um just start performing, like just
Mhm.
like walking around singing, playing their ukulele slash trumpet, because they have a trumpet that's like they're like a very special one. The ukulele is just when they have like on their back.
Oh, I
um
thought you were about to explain to me how a ukulele trumpet fusion instrument works, and I was very excited.
a trumpulele, a uka trumpet, a yumpet, a yuka pumpet.
That
No,
last one.
no,
The last one.
cut that. Um, but I will say, as I was going around, it doesn't sound great for people, but somehow, like they're doing this Disney princess thing where there's definitely like some animals are just like kind of following them, even though the people are like, "What the heck are?"
But hey, people are paying attention.
Do we have to worry about money in this game?
I don't think so. I would say you have enough to get whatever you would like. You have you know, for the most part, a lot of stuff up here. Trade, goods, services, small bit of coin, and you undoubtedly have picked up things in the house that you can barter with.
Yeah, Letty has brought along a bunch of little like crocheted animals and
Mhm.
monsters to barter with.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. They love this.
yeah, and she is also just sort of looking around the market for various types of yarn from various local animals.
Oh, you find somebody who's selling yarn made of the Balver. Balver
Ooh.
fur, which is a sort of a local mountain spirit.
Ooh.
Think looking at its photo, I guess you'd be described as sort of like a giant, almost goat dog with wings. Reindeer goat dog with wings.
Yeah, they are very
Mhm.
happy and are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can make something. I could make
Mhm.
a cummerbund for Zygo with that to replace her torn jacket. It's perfect."
And it's very soft, sort of like that really nice color of like off-white that a lot of wool is. But yeah, you managed to pick up the stuff that you were all looking for at the. There's various other things going on, and you can smell the food as well.
I'm trying to think if could I have said because I didn't mention it before. I mentioned a backpack on muffins, but could I
Mm.
maybe instead have muffins like pull a little sled so that
Yes.
way I can keep all the stuff that I bought because I just realized like, I bought a lot of stuff
Mm.
and that's probably quite encumbering. So if Muffins could just,
Have a sled.
a little sled, yeah.
Yes.
And our little sled has a little fence around it, so that way things don't like get bumped off and stuff. Maybe we put a blanket on top, a tarp or something.
Yep.
But yeah, little sled. Put all the items on the sled. We smell the food. I look at Muffins. I know Muffins wants the food, despite eating like several minutes ago.
Like an hour or two ago.
Yeah. So I think I will definitely stop for some treats,
Yes. You see people selling hot cider, hot chocolates, eggnog, various kinds of soups made with like the local vegetables and things, and these giant, like, looks to be like a leg of a flightless bird that have just been like roasted on a spit. But like the thing itself is like almost as big as your head.
Oh. Oh, wow. I'll stop by the shop and be like, what you got there?
And the vendor is just like, yes, these are the legs of a local flightless bird. Have you heard of a turducken?
A turducken, yes. Oh, I didn't know that they were native to this area.
Well, they migrate from the south.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm from Cesar,
Yes.
the spire. Yes, I've seen a handful of turduckens before, but never in the wild. I had no idea. Well, yours looks quite it's quite big actually. Do they
Yes, they usually come.
hibernate?
They come north for the winter.
Oh God! And then you went ambush time. Joking. That's out of character. But
Yeah.
I'm like, can you imagine? Oh my God. Well, I I haven't had turducken in a long while. So I guess.
And like at your feet, Muffin's just looking up at you, leaving eye.
And this one hasn't had turducken ever, or else they'd know what will happen afterwards. But sure. I guess we'll get some stuff. I'll get like, I don't know, a turducken on a stick and
Yeah.
for myself, and then just ask for like, I guess, cuts of it for funds.
Well, it's like there are a lot of these legs, and so he just takes one of them that's been roasting and just hands it to you.
Oh,
In my head, I just see the giant turkey legs from Disney World.
I do not know what they look like. So I was like, I wasn't sure if they were like, like okay, so like straight up a whole like chicken leg, including like the drumstick kind
Yeah,
of
pretty
thing.
much.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, but like if you like Google like Disney World turkey, like these things are fucking huge,
Well, okay, now I have to.
and they just sell them in the park. But like, imagine it
Whoa.
like bigger too,
Oh
like probably
my.
like double the size. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Holy I just get one of those, and I'm like, well, I have to put that in the sled now. I might get it wrapped up then. Those are big. And just like we'll rip off a portion and just feed it to Muffins, of course. But the rest of that shit's getting wrapped up and put in the sled.
Oh yeah, no, he'll hand you some like sort of like brown paper and some twine to wrap it up, and he's like, they keep really well.
Nice.
I'm sorry. You cut out for me. They keep what?
They keep really well.
Thank you. I make sure to give this person their money, or if they're interested in a copy of my manifesto. I hope not, because I don't have one. but yeah.
Manifestos generally are great.
But yeah. And I think once, because Muffin's care is pulling this whole sled, I don't want them to get too tired. I think once it seems relatively full, I might make a stop back home, check on Pookie, hide all the presents.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah. Like as you approach Pookie is absolutely covered in wreaths and paper lanterns and
Aw.
the saying about a happy home.
That's so cute. Oh. I'll come up, pat Pookie on the side, and be like, "Oh, Pookie, Pookie, you look beautiful."
Pookie looks bashful.
Oh,
This is my baby. Holy shit. Guys, I love a house.
oh,
um, I Zygo is going to be in there, and like after they've kind of got like a conga line full of assorted like small creatures and animals, they would have like not exactly directed them back, but they would have like gone back to the hut and just be like, "Oh, everyone, not everyone could come inside. Maybe wait for the doctor. They know what to do with everyone." And they're actually going to be spending the time cooking on the inside, um, like like maybe kneading some dough, making some baked treats, like on his inside Pookie.
Yeah.
oh, we should have made treats and then like left them out for the kids.
I think that's what Zygo's doing now because they
Yeah,
saw all
yeah.
the kids mostly being interested not in Zygo's music, but all the animals following them. Because I said it was a conga line.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Oh my god, they don't smell the turducken leg, do they?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, cool. Be distracted. Be distracted. I kick up some snow. You know,
Mm.
everybody knows Monster 101. You kick up snow, they can't smell anything. um, you know, just like that. Hide the meat inside. Say hello to David. Hide all the presents. But I have to hide the presents for Pookie also inside of Pookie. So
It's be like Pookie, don't look.
yeah, Pookie, you can't look. You have no idea what this is. You're not allowed to know what this is. I put it like I hide Pookie's present like underneath all my pillows, and I go, Pookie, I'll know if you've checked. I'll know. I'll know for a fact. So don't check. You're not allowed to check. They're for later.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm still thinking about the kicking up the snow thing,
Yep.
and it's just it's a small cloud.
It's like pocket sand.
It's pocket sand, except it's just floor snow.
It's the ice attack version of Puck.
It's the move mist. I think after I've hidden all the presents, I will definitely I don't know if there's a conga line of animals and monsters outside. Now I feel like I have to like it is I swore an oath. I don't know what that oath is, but I swore it and so I have to go check on them just in case, you know.
Yep. A severe case of a good time.
Damn. There is no cure.
Only party.
Letty's gonna come back and I'll be like, Letty, save your wool. This one has quills. This world?
I'm gonna say sure. It's
Why?
canon now. Pigeons exist in the world of Monster Care Squad.
Because now I'm thinking, if turduckens are like just real things,
Mm-hmm.
then that means there could definitely be more bird meat mixes. Like a like a pigeon and a chicken could be a pigeon.
Or no, last time I said something. Anyways, what?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of names for like all these potential animal things, like platypus bear, right? Like Avatar style.
A
And just
platypus.
a platypus, yeah. And then instead of anything like that, I thought of Pajingan.
Yes, the regal Pajingan.
Yes, the you can see the Pajingan on crests, countries' crests.
At the spire, specifically.
That's their mascot.
Yep. On the royal
That's why
arms.
it's why I moved. I just
You didn't want a mascot of a pigeon chicken hybrid.
the Pajingan is ancient and old. Out of all the amazing monsters and animals that exist in this universe, they really looked at the Pajingan and went, "This is it, the height of innovation."
The height of evolution. It's not
incredible,
getting better than this.
incredible sense of direction. Just can't fly anymore.
She rolls.
I'm just imagining just a really, really swole pigeon.
Have you seen Centaur World?
What?
Have you seen Centaur World?
Yes, I have.
That's what I'm picturing.
Oh yeah, no. Just like this big, just buff pigeon.
Oh
Just
god,
a
his name's
chicken-sized pigeon.
I'm like, is his name Brett or something? Can't remember. Ched.
Yes, I think that sounds right.
He does. He has handsome face.
Oh, the silky chickens. Otherwise known as
Yeah, that one's not goth. The one in the gift, not goth.
it's goth on the inside.
It's goth
On
on
the
the
inside.
inside, and that's what matters.
This is true. So yes, moving away from the pigeon. What else do people want to do?
What else is there to do?
There's ice skating.
Besides, there is ice skating. I don't know if the good doctor is good at that.
Letty has absolutely covered himself in various scarves and knitwear to
Mhm.
sort of simulate armor, and are like, Doctor, do you need something to wrap around for in case you fall? You're on me ice skating, right?
Oh, I'm going to the ice skate. I didn't know that. Yes, I could use some padding.
Great. Let's see. And they sort of rummage around through a pile of various knitwear and pull out some things and sort of drape it over the doctor. She definitely has to reach up, I think, to sort of get everything assembled, but it works out. What about you, Zygo?
I'd probably be fine. I like what's the worst that could happen to a pile of bones?
We all look at muffins.
Zygo just hits the ground too hard, just goes pop, into a lot of bones. And you have to spend the rest of the afternoon putting Zygo back together.
No, it's like dry bones from Mario.
Dry bones. That's a person I haven't had to think about in a long time.
Been a while since I heard that name.
They hit a wall, they put into a jumble of bones in a second and kind of just reforms into themselves, but sometimes the arms are in the wrong place. Switched arms, so you can't really tell except for the thumbs on the wrong side. It's fine. And Zygo usually doesn't realize, so they start playing the trumpet and they're like, oh, wait, 1 second. And switches hands.
Yes, so you all head out to go ice skating. It's they have this winter, this very large lake. Petris-Mal has frozen over, so some people have kind of erected some pretty basic walls around it, so people don't just go off into a tree. And there are families, there are and all sorts of other things, and you are all stepping out onto the ice.
Okay,
We
but
gotta roll for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's the best at ice skating?
That would probably be a we'll say this is a fine activity because it requires balance.
Oh, thank God, because all of us have -1 into force.
This is gonna be fun.
I rolled a 5 plus 0 for fine.
Oh, no. I got a 6 plus 1.
7.
Hey.
It would appear
Uh-huh.
I am the best at ice skating, as I got a 9 plus 1, 10.
Nice.
I forgot that I roll well. Oh no.
Yes. So yeah, so Letty, you get out on the ice, and honestly, your idea of covering yourself in as much knitwear as possible, probably a pretty good idea. It kind of acts as a buffer to anything that might go wrong. You fall over, but you barely. Zygo, you've probably just you're doing the thing. You got one arm on the wall, but your legs are still slip sliding everywhere. And you know. And then Aki, you're doing fine. You're just like, oh, this is a lot easier than I expected.
Do I look majestic while skating?
More majestic than your companions, at least.
I'm around one lap, and they just started like a.
Loke billowing out majestically behind you.
Maybe I am that mysterious, ethereal stranger. Maybe I wink to a couple locals. Maybe immediately after my second lap, I look over and realize that, well, I mean, it would be unethical to put Muffins on the floor here because it's ice, right? But maybe Muffins is looking sad. So now I am skating with a dog in my arms. Very large. Lots of floof, you know?
Very floof.
So good.
I was trying to see if I could find any gifts there for a second of anybody skating while holding a dog. It's surprisingly niche.
I am a trendsetter.
That's about as good as I can get.
It's a
Dog on a
skateboard.
skateboard. It's the only thing skating related that comes out with the same with dog is the same sentence.
Well, actually, there is like I believe it's ice skating they do, but it's also a furry comic. That's really popular on webtoons.
Ah, yes, the furries.
So if we wanted to go like a dog skating that way, I'm pretty sure that might exist there.
That's fair.
Stop.
No, stop. I love them. I'm sorry, Aubrey. You're gonna have to keep cutting me out.
You're fine. I will probably cut this whole section out of us talking about dogs.
That's valid, honestly.
So yeah, does anyone have anything they would like to do while ice skating?
I think so. Zygo is not very good at ice skating, but they still love trying to put on the show. I took one of the specialties or the skills. What are they called again? Moves. I took a general move of Presto. I can do small acts of magic. And the walk on water, create basic illusions, that kind of thing. So I think while they're still kind of hugging the wall as they start to get a little bit more confident and go maybe like a couple feet out into the ice, they're gonna pull out their ukulele and start playing. I don't know, just playing some kind of tune, but also using the close-up magic to create an illusion around them of like being chased by like I don't know, maybe fireworks. Not really chased, but it's following them to like, kind of make people have a fun experience on the ice and totally not crash into a wall.
Yeah, I mean, you are certainly making yourself the center of attention.
Ah, yes, something that's like
Making themselves the center of attention.
yeah, usually it's not in a good way.
I mean,
you
people seem to be having fun, so there's that.
yeah.
But eventually, you all probably need a bit of a break. It is a little chilly. Get off the ice and warm up.
Our feet would start to hurt too if we don't do this often.
Yeah, you probably only go for like an hour or so before like your feet are just like, oof.
Oh, my poor tootsies, I say as I take off the skates while still holding a full dog.
Letty, how are you? How are you doing? You look like you. Well, it didn't look uncomfortable. You were kind of rolling on all your yarn.
No, it's great. I've never been ice skating before. This is so fun. Letty is going at this extremely enthusiastically, but obviously with very little grace.
Very good.
It's the heart that counts.
Exactly. And they'll sort of occasionally like look around at what other people are doing and then try to mimic it. But obviously the people here have much more experience skating than she does. So that I think is also contributing to her constant falling down.
And after you get off the ice, you know, you can probably warm up with warm beverages or just going back and hiding inside a pool.
I mean, I guess
Okay.
it would keep Zygo warm. Is just a bucket of warm water inside her stomach cavity, her rib cage.
Zygo is a sauna.
I hate that.
Just the bucket of coals and they just open their mouth and just smoke.
I love
They,
that.
they're a portable space heater.
The whistling with their eyes is like a kettle that's like done boiling.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You gotta stop. You
Psycho's other specialty is that they can whistle with their eyes.
I want to move out. Actually, no, this is my house. You guys gotta move out now. That's just how this game ends with an eviction notice.
You'll never get the best coffee ever again.
It's a price I'm willing to pay.
Oh wow. I
So
will
yeah,
say
it's
Mhm. I was just gonna say, like, between like that after they've come back, the sweetbread that Zygo has made is now nice and fluffy for everyone to enjoy.
Ooh, yes, sweetbread. Oh my god, sweetbread sounds really good.
Does
Oh, now I think about it.
Mhm.
I probably would be, unless there's like, I don't know, unless people are feeling like a restaurant or something like that that might be nearby. Um, I think if anything, I might spend the rest of the day preparing us a good dinner.
ooh,
Hal could cook, and so can Heisia.
what are they making?
Oh well, it's probably gonna do with some of that turducken meat that we got. Um, and we're probably still like rather chilly, so I think a soup is on for sure. Just some broth, clear soup, good for the stomach, good to flush your system. We'll have some rice on as well, and God, I don't know if we got any. I don't know if there's any way to give us maybe some winter veggies. You know, just a side of that. Get us our proper portion meals, and then if we have any sweetbread left over, then we have that too, and muffins gets bones.
Oh yeah,
Good.
or rather the rest of the turducken. We'll probably, if we end up liking this, we're probably gonna go back and be like, we would like 3 more legs, but that's a lot of legs.
it is.
Okay, turduckens have 7 legs. It's fine.
Yeah. I completely forgot. Turduckens have 7 legs,
Yep.
giant bodies, but no wings. They run so good though. No, they probably do have wings. It's just the wings don't work anymore.
So they can flap them just to be intimidating.
Is it bad that I'm picturing the dodos from like Ice Age?
Honestly,
I
same.
think it's Ice Age. Yeah, like those big old dodo birds.
God, this horrifying creature we've created.
We're sorry, Sandy Buggy.
I'm not. I love them with my
I
whole
think they're
heart.
beautiful.
They're the definition of like have you, it's an old meme, but like God left me unfinished. That.
Oh my lord.
It's a very old meme, man. But that's
It
that's
is.
what they remind me of, because I'm picturing them looking like Ice Age animation.
Yeah.
Like some of the movies don't hold up well, like the animation,
Oh.
and
Oh, no.
particularly the dodo birds do not hold up.
Yeah. But that's like early 2000s animation. There's a lot of that does not hold up.
But yeah, I'm preparing dinner. I probably stopped by a gift wrapping center for
Mm-hmm.
everyone though.
Yeah.
I got those gifts ready. Um that I'll probably hand out during dinner. Look at me. I'm such a homemaker. Doctor and a homemaker. Get yourself someone who can do both,
Yep. Well, while they are making dinner, does anyone else have anything they would like to do?
I think that after coming off of the ice, Letty is just sort of wandering around through all of the shops and stalls, and they've sort of traded away everything they want to get rid of right now, but they're very sort of wide-eyed and happy looking around at all the wares that people are selling and just sort of chatting and having a good time, getting to know the village a little bit.
What about Zygo?
I think Saigo will probably just be um like at Pookie with just in the hut. Honestly just like resting their bones, which is just their body just resting. They they
I like how you like have pause between resting their bones.
I'm just like trying to think. It's just like it's weird to reference a character like this. Um but yeah, I think they're just resting.
hmm
Probably like lazily plucking at their ukulele, not really playing anything.
It's a random G over from the corner, and then followed by like a D and a B.
Yeah, like G B C A G bro.
Mm. Yeah. And then so we'll fast forward to said dinner.
All right, it's dinner time. I get my spread out, and you guys see the table is like nicely set up. I've got bowls out for everyone. But I think in the purpose of how chaotic our lifestyle is, we probably have sets like of China, but we don't have like enough for everyone. So like I have my own fancy set, and then Letty has their own fancy set, and and so on and so forth. So it's one mismatched table, but like oh, the pink cup, with the hearts on it. That's Letty's, you know, and then the cup that says "World's Okayest Wizard." That's definitely Isia's. Right, right.
Mm.
And when you guys arrive, that's when I start like serving y'all some soup for sure. It's we're having a good time, I think. And then I'll be like, oh, but before we eat though, I saw that it was a little gift giving custom. So I did get some stuff for us. Let me just go and get them, and then I pull them out from under the table because they probably were in here for a bit. I don't think you guys were in like the kitchen with me, so I probably hid them there for now.
Yeah.
And I'll hand everybody a piece. A piece. No, I'll hand everybody their gift, and I'll open the fridge and just. I don't think I wrapped up the little house. I feel like that would have been too much, and if you opened it the wrong way, you'd break it easy.
Yeah.
So there's just a bow on the house, and I open the fridge and I go, David, and this is for you. And we make space
Yeah.
for a house in the fridge.
You just like shift some food over, put the house.
hmm
David seems very excited.
Yes, it's your own house. I don't know if you need anything else in it, but like let me know and I'll try to find it. Or maybe Letty, are you good with making tiny things?
Mostly out of fabrics, but I could try.
Okay, maybe we can decorate this house for David later.
Saigo is immediately starting to play the kazoo, like with excitement, like the kazoo kid. Um, but they are pitch perfect, so it sounds like really good.
I've not heard a good kazoo, you know.
Well,
Um
surprise.
minus there's this TikTok where so the poster is he's a high school music teacher, and he likes to record like what happens in class, and specifically a kid came in and asked if they could play the kazoo the whole year, and so it's always like in the kazoo kids solo, and they're playing like the Star Wars theme or something.
Ooh.
That's the only time I ever heard a good kazoo because I like that kid's gusto.
I mean, you definitely oh, oh. You you hear a very pitch perfect kazoo version of Despacito, and then maybe the gears start, but it's not turned all the way yet.
You're like, wait, I didn't think Zygo knew that song.
Zygo, did Pookie teach you how to play that song?
And it's just like there's like been a very long. They're like blowing it. They're going. Yeah, they stop playing, and it's like, yes, they. I heard you asking Pookie for it all the time, and I learned it from Pookie.
You two are so talented.
I'd love to hear a duet if you're up for it someday.
I would
Does
love that too.
does Letty know?
No, they're too sweet for that.
Zygo's just like, yeah, someday we'd have to practice, obviously. Yeah, I know Pookie is great, but I need to get better.
Well, for what it's worth, I think you are doing quite literally a banger of a job. Speaking of bangers, I have to get Muffin's gift out probably. And it's just the bones. I'm pretty sure I said is what I got him. So now they can enjoy the giant turducken bone.
They're doing the dog thing where, they want to jump, but they're so well trained.
They may jump. It's okay. It's gift giving time.
Yeah. You say that. They will definitely jump and try to get the bone.
Yes. Give them the bone. Let them go off in the further into the into the house.
Yes. They
I will also
take their bone and run away.
I will also take out Pookie's gift and go, and this is for you, Pookie. And I put it in the middle of the table. And it's now just a nice little table decor, but I'm hoping that they like it.
They do. You can definitely feel they like it.
Just in case I didn't say, and Letty gets their gift. Which is probably weird because you're like, oh, sticks. Because that's what it would look like wrapped up, right? It just look like sticks.
Yeah, but then they open it and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I didn't see those. Thank you so much. I haven't had time. I bought a bunch of yarn at the market, but I haven't had time to make anything yet. But thank you." And with consent, they will go in for a hug.
Yes, you get hugged. We probably have like a foot of a difference between, because I think Letty was really small, right?
Yeah, Letty's like 4'11".
Oh yeah, I'm like 6 foot at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so there's I'm like, all right, and I and I get to this, and I get on my knees. I don't know.
Get into the hug position.
The hug position.
That's the name of the episode, the hug position. So yeah. Was there anything?
Oh no. I'm good, but now I'm remembering where Zygo's food's gonna go. The bucket. But yes, continue. I just immediately I remembered the bucket and I feel defeated.
Yes. As I take a second to compose myself.
Good.
Yep. So you have dinner and you exchange these wonderful gifts, and you know that tonight they will have sort of crystal light show. You all wanted to go experience that.
Yes, very yes.
Mm-hmm. So as you leave Pookie, you sort of see that with the way it is, everyone's sort of like sitting on their stoops. People have brought up blankets and chairs. They're sitting on their lawns, and they're waiting. You watch as some of the more magically gifted people, they sort of start up this spell, weaving this magic, and this sort of magical light moves around and moves over to some of the crystals and starts to display things on the wall. And you watch as they start telling the story of Ald-Amura, the world. I hope I did. Ald-Amura, the world, and sort of this kinship between human and monster, and eventually you get to the local legends, and you see the legend of the Puka. The Puka you feel behind you. Pookie is absolutely covered in even more lanterns and wreaths than you saw earlier.
It's because we gave those kids cookies and they knew to come back.
Yep. You see the legend of the Puka Puka, of a house that is always open to those who need it, with a warm fire and somewhere to sleep. And the house that a little over a year ago you all helped out of a sticky situation with the false scold, and has for the last year or so been your base of operations. And then you move on, and they start telling the story of the Balver, the mountain spirit that guards a nearby crystal glade. And then that's when you start to hear the shouting. And this doesn't sound like a good shouting. And you watch as from the woods nearby that were sort of off delivering the customary offering to the Balver. They're running back with panic in their eyes and looking incredibly scared. And they just go, "Is there a doctor? Anyone here?"
Oh! I'm a doctor. I'm me. I'm like getting up and making my way, and also making sure that like I know Muffins will come find me anyways, but it's still like like, oh, you look, you follow, yep, okay, one of those things. As I make my way to them.
Yes, you see the group that had set out to deliver the offering, and the person who's leading it is just they all look scared, and just goes, the you the we took the offering to the Balver, but when we got there, it was everywhere. The false gold was everywhere. It was covering the Balver and all the crystals, and then it looked at us with these such anger, and we ran. We dropped the offering and ran.
The false gold. That's You're sure of it?
Yes, it was pouring from the Balver's horns, infecting the crystals with its sickly light.
Oh well, that's not good. Uh all right. Just give me a moment to collect what I need, and I'm gonna look towards my other companions. So Letty and Zygo, and go. Did you two want to come, or are you okay with sitting this out? I don't know.
With you.
Of course I want to come. And Letty will turn to the panicked people and say, you did the right thing. We can take care of this.
Yes, we're forever in your debt. I'm worried it's going to start heading this way.
Right. Very quickly. You said you dropped the offering as well.
Yes, it should be outside of the cave.
Cave, and just in case, what is it?
The Balver?
No, I mean the offering.
Oh, the offering, it was some of the harvest and some handmade crafts that the villagers made. It's what we give them every year.
Gosh, these things are okay. Uh, just a moment, and we'll be on our way. And I'm gonna run into Pookie, make sure I have everything I need. If not a little more. We probably just have the sled on Muffins again,
Mm-hmm.
just with all the extra stuff. Um, do I have to make a roll at all to know really maybe specifically what to bring for about a Balver, or
I'd say you just bring your standard like med kit, and you do have your ace item,
the
your
monster manual? Yes,
the monster manual.
some may call it my manifesto. I don't know what it is either.
Yes, you do have that, and that may have information about the Balver in it, but you have dealt with the false war, so you just sort of start grabbing the everything that you've always. Anyone else grabbing anything in particular?
Zygo just grabbing their trumpet.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, that's it.
What is Letty grabbing?
Sort of filling their pockets with all sorts of miscellany, but including their special item.
Yeah. Okay. So you all. So are you just baltoing it with the sled?
Balto?
Like like
Sled dogs.
yeah.
Oh, like using muffins, and
Mhm.
are we all on the sled? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I was asking.
If we have a sled big enough for that, sure. And if
I'll say,
muffins is big and strong enough for 3 people,
yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Good boy.
baby. But yes, then if muffins can do so, and and we have a sled big enough, then yeah, everybody's strapping in. I am driving this dog though.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And so you do that, and you head off, and the the people have given you directions. It's not incredibly far, but definitely having the sled will help you get there faster. Does anyone have anything they want to do, like on the way? Any particular conversations you want to have?
Doctor, how do you think we deal with this?
Oh, well, I say we find the source first. They did mention that it was pouring out of its horns and infecting the crystals and everything else. Maybe it's eaten something, or I doubt that it's rolled around in it. It sounds like it's internal. I hope it's not. That would mean this would get really messy. I think once we get there, I'll be able to suss it out better, for lack of better terms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think yeah.
Did you, Letty, have a thing?
Oh, I was just gonna ask
Mm-hmm.
the doctor if she had any cover, since all I know is that I got some of its wool, but I don't think
I do have the monster manual, um, which would probably
Yes.
have more information on it. But I'm also driving this sled, so I think if anything, I would go. In my bag, I have a book. Uh, you could flip it to it for me. I'm a little preoccupied, haha, dodging a sand dune, not a sand dune, ice dune, snow dune, a dune,
Dune.
like the movie, you know.
Sandworm.
Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
dear.
No sandworm. Um, so yes, if you pull out the monster manual and you flip to it, and there's not a lot. There's an entry on the Balver. There's not a lot on there. It says that it's a usually silent mountain spirit who tends to the flora and fauna of the snowy mountains of the mountain range, and it's part of the it's crowned council of the heathens, and is a Balver is a warm friend to all who seek and sort of stories about the first flowers in the world bloomed under the Balver's feet, even here in like the frozen mountains. You will all have noticed that, like, even despite this sort of like being really far north and everything, it's still pretty vibrant with wildlife. The trees are like a little bit like wilted because it's winter, but they definitely seem a lot hardier than like other nature. But as you go further into the woods, the trees look a little bit more dead. And then eventually you do come to the cave entrance. And just sort of off in the distance, somewhere in the cave, echoing out something that sounds akin to a dog's like sort of a growling howl.
Is that call?
This is the call of a Balver. When the Balver is very angry.
Oh no. Well, I guess I will make us go in that direction.
You see the cave. Did you want to continue riding the sled into the cave?
Maybe no. Because if like turning is going to be very difficult in a cave.
Yes.
So I think once we're there, we'll unstrap or fasten muffins, grab what we need, and probably pull out a lantern and head in. This is a dark cave, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
you
we're gonna
don't
need a
see
source of light.
You don't see any light currently.
Cool. Well then,
Yeah.
lanterns up, going in.
Yeah.
Ooh, could I use Presto to make a small light?
Yeah.
I think, like,
You can
Zygo's
cast dancing lights.
Yes, or more like Zygo like flicks his hand and his like fingers on fire, but it's like big enough to cast a light.
Yeah. Is there anything Letty wants to do?
To like keep a sense of where things are coming from and just generally trying to hold on to the sled.
Yeah. So you all have gathered your lights, gotten off the sled, and you all head into the Balver's domain to try and figure out what is going on. And that is what we will do next time.
Ooh.
As you try to diagnose what has happened with the Balver. But yes, this is a little bit shorter because it's been a very long weekend for some of us, but next episode we're really gonna get into the meat of the game, and I'm very excited. This game has some really fun mechanics.
Same.
So I hope you all enjoyed what we have so far, and come back next week as we jump into the Balver's Cave and start getting into the really cool stuff that this game has. And just a reminder again, this is a sponsored episode from Sandy Pug Games. Go check them out on Twitter at Sandy Pug Games. Check out their other games. I think it's 10 Billion HP Planet, which is really cool. And they also have a bunch of other smaller games. They just make some really cool stuff and tweet a lot about Columbo, which has apparently become like a thing in our server.
This is true.
We have a lot of people in our community server talking about Columbo. So if you like Columbo, come to our community server. I think really the only other thing is our usual sign off. We are Goblets and Gays. Check us out on Twitter at Goblets and Gays. And Patreon, Discord, all that fun stuff. Next week, more Monster Care Squad as we jump into this. Okay, I guess now we just say the thing.
Eat your vegetables.
Vegetables.
Eat
Yay!
them.
And your turducken.
Yeah, eat your turducken.
Eat your turducken.
Eat your vegetables, or the 7-legged turducken will get you.
Passengers, remain calm and please stay in your seats. We are experiencing pirate activity.
Oh, there's just something happening.
What?
Them. Oh no.
At the outer edges of space, where union is but a whisper, humanity scrapes together a living amongst the stars. This is the story of 4 Lancers, talented pilots of mechanized chassis from all corners of the known universe, thrown together by circumstance and destiny, and credits. Follow Matcha.
Oh, were we supposed to know each other beforehand? I mean, we're all gonna die, but I'm glad you figured that out now.
Moxie.
Well, I have absolutely no idea what you necessarily need me to do here, but if it's kill a bitch or fix a bitch, I can do both very well. You're worth 1 week of no chores, and you know what? I really need that week.
Roadkill.
I'll take in the front, those 2 are taking the back. One of them's going through the booty hole, and let's go. I kinda need your help.
Fuck you.
And Silver.
Here's like a little bit of money. Please go away. The ghost of your mistakes.
Led by me, Reed, your game master, through the Lancer system, a mud and laser style anime mecha RPG.
I hope they brought some printers with them, because this is Bring Your Own Mech, an actual play Lancer podcast, and batteries are not included. Catch our first episode starting on July 29th, wherever you catch your podcasts, and then every other Thursday. Follow my heading, and I'll see you there.
Be gay. Roll dice.
An LGBTQIA actual play podcast network.